Okay, we locked her in the head gate because she couldn't figure out that Claire needs to eat off of the bread basket back there. She did good, she stood there. So Miss Claire has a full belly for the night. Carly, you did so good. Hi, Clara. Hi, pretty girl. Good mama. Good girl. Good mama. Yeah, good job.
Wind did some screwing around last night. That bucket, it was the other end of that. And this is what I figured I might find this morning. Be nice if the rest of the body was out with those hooves. I haven't gotten any further yet, other than checking here. This one right here looks like you drive a freight train through her. Don't know how long she's been laying there, but she was still pushing a minute ago. She's still breathing. She's just taking a shit. And well, the ones that are in here don't have a calf. Doesn't mean there's not one out in the feed barn. But I think I got to turn my attention to that one. Although I could go make a pass by the feed barn quick. Believe it or not, I was right on who she is. That would be Armadillo. 223K. And that is a, excuse me, big fucking bull calf. And I don't want to disturb Mama because she ain't started yet. We got to get her on him. She's still in Nana land on what's happened. We ended up using the puller on her. Ty got here right after I finally got the chains on.
Yeah, well, when I'm in a hurry, there's 50 damn cops out.
Of course, she couldn't speed. The cops were all out. The black on him is open no more. But look at that poor face. He's already lost part of the ridge from his leg laying from his ear down to his jaw. He's straightening up. But we definitely got to get her working on him quickly. And he's going to get a little dexamethasone because he is early, believe it or not. His teeth are still half covered. So he's a week.
Miss Claire from last night was 2 days.
Yeah, she had a breeding date on her calf from last night. It was 2 days early. No biggie.
Well, it's my guess with the teeth.
It's also getting Banamine, Prevail. Depends on.
When it's something else.
It depends on if you go to a horse vet or a cow vet. Basically, we still call it Banamine. Will help with pain and swelling. And if she would just get her nose swung by him, we may be bringing a panel in and shrinking this pen up.
I may be rubbing him down and we may be getting him along.
Yeah, or we get a bucket of warm water. And
we may be fucking on that.
we do have a bucket of warm water yet from.
Not his foot. Not his foot.
Yeah, I figured she'd be a better mama than this, but when you pull them, there's a magical switch right inside there. When the calf comes.
I had the magical switch yesterday.
Oh yeah, her calf had that magical switch. She was up.
I want my calf in front.
Sorry about the interruption. Becky was having a hard time grabbing
Maybe
meds.
if I get him rubbed in that pill, put his head up and that might get her attention.
That might. She found the Dex, but she couldn't find the Banamine, which the bottles we have say Prevail. Like I said, we still call it Banamine. It's the same damn thing.
Well, now it's some other brand.
Now there's.
Vet something.
Yeah, now whatever brand we have has a different name on it, because that's what the vet went to. But anyway, he's going to get, if memory serves, 5 cc's of Dex. That'll help his lungs. And it'll help with the swelling to a point, too. And we're going to call him 100 pounds, so he'll get 2 cc's of Banamine. It's 1 to 2 cc's per 100. And we always, Unless we're giving it to a cow, and you don't want to spend that much money on the calves. We get them the max we can get them. So I think he's going to get rubbed down with towels and get put in the warmer.
Should we get him to the warmer?
Yeah.
Please, I'm the one who's been licking the goddamn fuckers. I had to pull him, I know, but shit.
Welcome to my world. Oh, yeah. And the other two, you see, the one with the tag, it's right there with his mommy. And the one without the tag, oh, where'd the little bugger go? I think might be right there. But last I saw, he was headed that way. So he's out there somewhere. Just because there was no way I could leave him in here and do this. Yeah, poke him and make him move a little.
And that's how Carly looks now.
And we're going to hope that him in the warmer works like the other one did the other day. And Mommy will have turned the switch on when we come back. But he's going to be an hour in the warmer, I'm sure.
At least that. I need scissors, Dad, for his navel and the iodine. It's a long one.
Got it.
It goes on weightless.
Okay. If the cord is way too long coming out of the navel, they can step on it. They can rip it out of the belly wall. So the ones that we catch that are way too long, we cut them off. And she'll cut it off and pop them with a little iodine. Sterilize it. See a shot of that poor face before he gets in the warmer.
Go on the other side.
That's the fun part. Gotta go. Becky got this one out first. We have 2 or 3 of these. This pink one here is actually a pony blanket that we acquired. Notice the holes in it.
Grandma's had it for a while.
This came out of a field, kid. It actually came out of a bale of hay. So it went through the mower, through the rakes, through the baler. Polar shield. Yeah, that little one's not going to be big enough to cover much of him. Like, by the time it's strapped at the front, I don't think it's going to make it past the middle of his back. He is literally stuffed in there. And, there's his head. I can see it better in the camera than real life. He's breathing better. That's a good thing. Dang, I almost forgot Heifer Talk with Ed. So, they've been chomping at the bit for the last 2.5 hours to get fed. And I got Becky over there keeping an eye on that monster. He's warming up. And these are the last ones I got to feed. And yes, they are completely out of hay. And we got to get a bale up there. And Becky's looking for Hope. Hopey dopey. Hopey dopey is on the other side from Chrome Girl there. Yep, that's where she's hiding. Walking up toward me, not knowing what to do. Okay, get them fed. And they're right, Sapphire. Huh? Hey, Sapphire, look up here. Sapphire, you brat. There you go. There you go, Brent. She looked. She looked again. She knows she's a brat. Well, you can tell how big he is, can't you? Takes up the whole warmer.
I know. It's okay.
And that poor face.
And I know this hurts, okay?
His hind legs were kinked under pretty good.
He's been in the wrong position for at least 2 days.
Yeah, he's been way wrong. He may have actually been up in the canal last night when I checked cows, but she wasn't doing anything. Look out, dog. Right here we can get a better look at that poor face. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Becky said it reminds her of a calf that we had. I think it was before kids. It's been a long time ago. Maybe
C-section one?
Yeah.
No, I was alive.
Okay. It was after kids, though. We didn't weigh him.
We couldn't weigh him.
We couldn't weigh him. We've talked about it before. There's a video way the hell back there somewhere on it. Take that face and shorten it a little bit and make it half again as wide and put a cleft right down the center. He was due in March. Had the cow in, was watching her. She didn't do anything.
Not as bad, but I'm still
Kicked her back out. She, it was like May 20th, and she was due like March 15th. Calf was every bit of 250 pounds.
He should have came out breeding something.
Well, he would have. He'd still been alive. The reason he came out was because he finally died. And, of course, buried him that day and buried Mama the next day because she was...
Next morning we came out and she was dead outside.
Next morning she was septic and gone. But I had the bale squeeze on the skid steer.
Can you grab the vet wrap?
Yeah. And with his hind legs tied together and hooked over the, the arm for the squeeze. It's a piece of 6 or 8 inch channel. So his hooves were to the top of that. I hope I know where the vet wrap is. It should be here. There's a package. Nope, not a package of vet wrap. Looked like it was one. Things get moved and then I don't know where they are. He'll get purple. It'll go with his pink coat. He's going to have one. Anyway, his nose was and front legs were still on the ground. Or within an inch of the ground. I don't remember now. But that's what happens when they overcook. And this guy is actually a little early. He's about a week early. I checked his gums as soon as we got him out. Hopefully he's not a big stupid one.
He was already trying to nurse the ear.
The bad thing is, with that poor face, it's going to be 2 or 3 hours before he's going to be able to nurse.
Which realistically...
But, hey, his tongue is almost back in his mouth now. That's a good thing.
Realistically, I could drain her enough to get him a little bit at least. To warm him up the insides.
Yeah.
Which is probably what we're going to end up doing.
Warmer works wonders, too. She's still standing in the lower end of that pen, not knowing what the hell happened.
Well, and a little bit that might help, too, is like we know with the last one, Goose, was you put him in the warmer, he was flat out. It makes a huge difference if they're flat out and, yeah, they're breathing. But if you have a first timer or it didn't click the mommy switch, even with an older cow, they're not going to necessarily go to that. With his head up, Mama went right to Goose when he came back.
And this poor guy, like I said, that poor head. I mean, his eyes are probably...
Oh, his eyes were open.
They're
not swollen shut. They were open a little bit ago.
He's tired, but they don't open too far. And you'd be tired too.
Oh, the tongue's all the way in the mouth.
Okay. And now I'm going to say that's where the Xanamine Prevail, whatever the hell they want to call it this week, that's doing its job. His head looks better than it did earlier, and I couldn't get it on camera earlier to really show it. And that poor tongue, it was so swelled it wouldn't go back in his mouth.
And my calf nursed last night, but I didn't get it on video, but there's a little video of her up and out and about.
And she didn't have time to go check that calf this morning, so she didn't get a chance to give me update videos. So.
But it does look like she had nursed on Mommy's hinds. So Maury was going to try probably around lunch.
And by the time this video is done, it's going to be one of them Canadian videos, half hour long. I apologize.
I don't. It's educational.
Yeah. And you get to listen to it. I can't apologize
for that. Sorry. So she's up. She's nursing. Mama cleaned her perfectly. She was spotless last night when I went up there. She just, being a first timer, she didn't understand that the baby can't be in front of you all the time. So that was her thing. She wanted the baby right in front of her. I want to lick you clean from end to end multiple times, but I don't want you behind me.
But that happens. They figure it out eventually.
Hey.
There, that eyeball opened up.
Help you tinky boy. Let me help you.
And the splints are because the position he was in, the tendons are shortened up. She's looking for that.
Well, it's just, I can't get it tight enough here.
Yeah, I know. It ain't going to hurt to wrap it, especially since that's our old set of splints, and they're kind of busted up a little.
He's got big fucking feet. I didn't get
Yeah, and they don't fit it very well either.
Yeah, I know.
We've had a couple of big ones, and that's one reason they're busted up. And yeah, Blue's whining. Blue says, let him out, I want to play with him.
Can't play with him, Bob.
Hopefully get some groceries in his guts before noon. I don't know if that's going to work though.
Well, either way, if I can't get any off of her, I got.
And a bunch of what I had planned today probably ain't going to happen because it's raining too much outside.
Yeah.
I mean, worst comes to worst, we can shuffle some. We still got straw bales.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm reaching. I got to pick the right one that'll cut that. One cuts twine, one cuts everything else. And I can't see in the dark to cut it, but
it's not cut my hand enough.
That's why I was trying to see. They used to say DeWalt on it and have a bunch of yellow on it. That's my sharp one.
Yeah, I got more into one too.
I save it for special things.
Yes, that is a baby. Good boy. I'm just going to wrap it.
And the old, what is it? I think it's a Gerber.
Wasn't that one found in the baler or was it found on the road? I don't know.
No, this is one somebody found on the road and put it in their mailbox 20 years ago or so.
Did you announce his name?
His name?
Yeah.
Well, I think I did when I put the short up earlier. She's decided that Top Gun is the theme this year, in case we didn't get to that.
First one was Maverick. Second one was Goose. This one's Iceman.
This is Iceman. Because, you know, Iceman was kind of the taller one out of the group. Okay, hell, that's damn near 8 minutes of watching him get splints. It's going to be a long freaking day. She was in here with him.
Wait, here, I'll sum it up for you in one.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to point out, though, when she was a yearling and I was halter breaking, she's a see you next Tuesday that decided to flip my ass over with her and kick the entire time. We had an understanding. And this understanding is, I will shoot her point blank right here in this pen right now. That's the understanding.
She's, at the moment, unless something really changes and she starts taking care of this poor kid, she'll be on the trailer next Friday.
And he is partially blind.
Well, we don't know for sure. He's got horse eyes. Literally.
I don't know if they'll open up or not.
Hey, kid. If you can see it or not, but
the bottom part right along here is all white.
no, he's actually got the oval.
Oh,
like, just, yeah, they are horse eyes.
See. All I saw was mine earlier.
But anyway, that head shaking and that bullshit has been going on.
2 hours now?
Longer than that.
I don't even know what time it is.
Keep in mind, I moved her into this pen at 5 o'clock this morning. It's 11:30 now. His tongue's still swelled up enough.
I can't tube him.
He sucked a little bit, but
I stood up for 5-10 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, we had him stood up, sitting on a bale. We set him up on the bale and had him up. Tried to tube him.
What in the fuck is with that? She put her goddamn nose on the fucking board over there. Now she's doing that shit.
She's been on every gate
like
that
a dumbass.
Way. At any rate, tried to tube him, and his tongue's still so swelled up.
I can't get it past his back.
And everything's swelled up. He can't get the tube down him.
Oh, but the good news is I got Goose caught and he got his tag and tattoo.
Oh yeah, they got his tag and tattoo. But anyway, I was in here with her. Those lockups are all locked because she was trying to stick her head through and keep going.
The rub marks. That's her from this
And
morning.
I had that gate tied over here. She wanted to go under it, and she wanted to go underneath that one. I spent an hour keeping her from doing that. She actually almost touched him once. And
what do you mean?
then one trip around, she stepped on her front leg and a back leg, and I told her that's enough. You're out of here. So she's been over there ever since. This is the slow way. But like I said, his tongue's so swelled there's no room to get past it. But he can swallow.
Good job.
Trying the nurse on it.
Good job, Iceman.
Makes a little mess, but
that's okay.
Keep in mind that little bit he lost. I mean, that's not even a quarter of a cc, and she's got a 60 in her hand, and she's got let's say
almost 30 in him.
Yeah.
I mean, some's better than nothing.
And if you notice, he gets the shivers.
Good
Even
job.
though he's not cold, that's the warm milk going inside.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's still being a see you next Tuesday.
She might be on the wagon train to go.
job.
He said, let's see, next auction is a week from today. That means Friday she can be gone.
She can go.
Not that I want to make that trip, but
fuck will.
If this is what it's going to be, that's where she's going to go.
Not going to feed her all winter for no reason.
Ain't got no room for that kind of crap.
Good job, buddy.
But who knows? The light bulb might kick on today, might kick on tomorrow, might kick on in the middle of the week. And if it kicks on and she takes care of him,
yeah, good job.
Then that's fine.
But if not, she's going.
If not, I ain't got room for that shit in my life. Been an all-day project. That's a nipple made for a glass bottle.
Oh, it's kind of made for goats.
I cut the tab off and cut the lid of that bottle so it will go on there because it wouldn't go over it. 2 nipples there. I got an empty bottle between my leg. And yeah.
And someone thinks he wants to get up again.
Yeah.
But at least the swelling went down enough that we could tube him to get him full.
Because she couldn't get this past his jaw.
I couldn't. Earlier. I could not. He does suck, but it's not enough to get a good grasp.
Yeah. And it didn't matter which one of those 3 nipples.
No, I tried
that
every
nipple
size.
right there.
This one?
Yeah, it really isn't any bigger than that one on that little bottle.
It just tapers.
And either way, he
has a suck. It's just not enough of a grasp.
He's got the motion, just doesn't have the oomph to do it.
He's still swollen enough that...
Yeah, you can see what that head looks like. Looks like a freaking alligator head.
He's got a little bit of a nose now.
Yeah, he's kind of a nose, and I think his jaw lines up.
He's kind of got the buffalo nose.
Okay, I think his jaw lines up with his head again.
And his eyes are smooth.
And his eyes have changed a little bit. They're more of a goat eye now. I mean, the shape of the... I don't know if we can see it or not.
If I go like this, you can see it.
I don't see it in the camera.
No, you can see the...
You don't.
Yeah, you guys can see the little bit.
Yeah, you see the ring around?
Ring.
It's a kind of a oblong ring. And it got lighter color on the outside, which is interesting.
Which he kind of... Well, I did a couple tests with him earlier today. It was kind of like he was blind on the bottom side of him. Like he couldn't see below.
But who knows?
I mean, if it changes tomorrow to where it's more of his eye, then I'll be putting him on the thiamine regimen.
Yeah, he'll get some thiamine or hopefully help with that.
Because that tends to be it. In case you guys don't know that, which we've had calves before that are blind, it's normally thiamine.
And they come out of it.
And they'll be perfectly fine and see perfectly.
I was talking to Mom earlier, and I texted her, let her know that he may not be seeing much. And I was up talking to her earlier, and she said she's seen something where there's a new eye disease out there.
I know, I'm sorry.
But they've pinned it down to just a few different family groups.
It's okay.
And you have to have mother from one family group, father from the other family group, in order to make it happen. And he has neither in his background.
But that doesn't mean it didn't pop up with these two.
That doesn't mean that it's, not something to look like that. Doesn't mean he's not going to be fine.
One could be a carrier.
But, his eyes just may be different. He may be able to see just fine. But the ones they're having issues with, it's at about 9 months when they go blind. Well, he's got a long time to go before that, if it is. Either way.
I'm still down here. We'll do a splints on splints.
Oh, yeah, she wants me to get the other splint stuff and get his splint straightened up.
Because I'm afraid that if I get back up, there ain't getting me back down.
Yeah, we need to move him, too. We'll probably lay him over here for the night. Better protection. And Mama was actually chewing her cud a little bit ago, and she's actually sniffed him.
I mean, she's still in shock, don't get me wrong.
If you can hear her, she's still in shock. I mean, she's had, I'm guessing, at least 2 hours before I found her.
And I'll milk directly into that bottle. I need to milk her again.
Yeah.
So I'll milk directly into that bottle.
We'll milk her out again tonight. We want to get her head in because she's dehydrated. She walked over here to the water a little bit ago, but I haven't
filled it all day.
If she drank any, it wasn't very much.
She stuck her nose in it and licked it.
All she did was get her nose dampened.
Oh, Mama.
Maybe she's gonna go up and go talk to him now. I don't know. But to milk her or to drench her, 2 bottles. That one's full of electrolytes. That one's full of water to wash it down with and get more water in her. And she's having a hard time getting up that step. That is a big step.
I love this step, don't get me wrong.
But anyway, I think we'll call that the end of the video. It's plenty long. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But our day has been 80% those two.
I wonder if he's seriously
yeah.
in the morning.
No, give it to him now. We got into this stuff last year and used it on a couple.
Oh, here.
Start strong. Oral drench for calves.
If you guys want to pause the video so you can see what's in it, you can.
Oh, you're close enough to be able to see. If I don't shake too much and she don't shake, we're both shaking.
We're both shaking so much.
Anyway, that was close enough. I was reading that okay, so you should be able to.
This goes on.
Goes on and give it a squirt.
And just one squirt. And that's it.
Of course, you got to get it primed first. But anyway,
it don't
that's
take
the
much
plan.
to prime this at all either.
And, well, that bottle he just got, that's the same bottle from earlier.
Hey, but I have some to freeze.
5-hour energy in it and a little bit of Caro syrup. Give him a little perk. The only other thing we didn't put in that we'll put in on a lot of times if we got to.
Light corn syrup.
Yeah, light corn syrup.
It's the cheapie. You don't have to go expensive, guys.
It just gets some sugar in there for him.
Which I got to mix up a little bit in hers.
A lot of times, especially like with a preemie that we got to do, we'll throw an egg in with it. Gives them a shot of protein and gets them going too.
This is why last year Spicy got her name, because she was the one we started this on. It smells spicy.
That's right. It's spicy stuff.
It's spicy.
And the other two runts are over there. I think it takes both of them to make him. I don't know. Because I don't expect to have him up on his feet
You
for
guys
another
saw
day or
Bruno,
two.
my cat Bruno, before he passed away. He's the equivalent to Bruno.
Okay. If you heard her calf Bruno that
Probably
they
pretty
lost,
different, but
she
roughly.
figures this one's the same size. And that one was a fun one getting out of a really big cow. So anyway, but she's going to get what we can give her. We did give her a shot of vitamin B and a shot of Banamine after lunch. Because I got to thinking, I mean, she was hurting. Duh. And, you know, she actually, her swelling around her vulva went down really quick this morning. I was surprised, but still swelling. She hasn't cleaned it all yet, which is typical when you have a hard pull. And she got oxytocin for that, which she may get another shot of that tomorrow. I don't know. It's one of those things, they have no idea how much you can and can't give. So they just say, here, don't give more than this much in one day. 2 cc's will help bring milk in. 5 cc's will kind of make them clean. Anyway, okay, that's more than enough. I mean, hell, I got another 7, almost 8 minutes now, and I know there's another one not long. So thanks for watching. I hope, you know, if anybody has issues like we have around here, I hope this helps. Y'all have a great weekend.